For this interview, we have Charlie Leu, who studied marketing and public relations in FSU. Hello, and thank you for joining us.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for having me.
Right, so we're going to jump right into the questions. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, my name is Charlie. I was born and raised in Panama. I went to St. Mary's School in Panama as well, and graduated from Florida State University with a degree in Marketing PR. And I am currently living in Washington, D.C. And yeah, that's where we're at.
Yeah, thanks. So can you tell us about the process you underwent for university?
It was definitely unconventional. Let's see. My first choice was this university in Taipei that's specialized in business management, because that's something that a lot of Asian parents want. And I realized during my first year that the business management wasn't something I was super enthusiastic about. So it was a process of like trying to figure out what I wanted to do, finding ways to move my credits, school hours or whatever, to another university that would take me. And that's when I discovered that FSU would take my credits. So I moved from Taiwan to Panama. They didn't take all of it, so I practically lost a whole year of school, which was a little bit disheartening, but we got it done.
Yeah, and there you graduated with your marketing and PR degree, which that's the end goal in the end, to like just get the diploma and graduate, right? So what do you do for a job now, or what have you been doing for a job?
Well, I graduated with a degree in marketing PR, but through friends and just random things in life, I ended up working in the fashion industry a lot. In the university, I was working at a fashion magazine led by students, which was kind of like my first, I don't want to say taste, but taste of fashion. Mm-hmm. And then when I graduated, I started working at this company in Panama called Asfat. And they're this company that manages big brands like Tiffany's and Hermenegildo Zegna, and at one point Paul Smith. But I started there, worked from like sales all the way up to like being a brand manager for the regional contracts. And after that, moved to Shanghai, also worked a little bit in fashion in a magazine there. And then now I am here in DC, waiting for a work permit, but I've been working on projects with some friends in New York.
Throwing a little bit of a curveball your way, but can you tell us a little bit about a couple more details of what does a marketing job look like? What is it that you do on a day-to-day basis or within a project?
Okay, so on a more traditional sense, I think day-to-day it would be in fashion, especially since it's something so fast-paced and you gotta change everything every 3 months because of the seasons and all the different collections. So you practically have to create like this timeline at the end of the year, usually during December, and depending on what the designer is going to do, you have to allocate budgets, different communications. If you're in PR also, you have to create events, different activations, and yeah, also a lot of Excel. That's something very important. If you take an Excel class.
Yeah, if you know Excel, you're pretty much set to go in any job, really, right? So what does the future hold for you?
Not sure, but I feel like it's important to keep it open. I feel like a very good thing to have in every industry, it doesn't matter where you're studying, is to always be challenging yourself, open to new ideas, try different things. You don't know what it's gonna lead you to. And You're only as good as your last project. So you have to always be improving yourself, especially in marketing where it's so competitive.
Mm. Oh, and speaking of your last project, we were talking a little bit earlier, and you mentioned something about you were helping out a friend with a project. You had a photo shoot.
All right. Since I've been waiting for work permit, I've been working as a producer for some friends in New York who his name is Brandon Blackwood. He designs handbags. And we recently had a photo shoot in Panama where I helped out a little bit producing it. It's very different from marketing, but kind of similar. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun trying different things. You never know.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like what you mentioned about marketing being so competitive, there is the whole social networking aspect between people and everything that can help open up doors for different type of projects that you might be suitable for, right?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like yeah, it's a industry where you really have to, socialize a lot, know a lot of people. And again, I feel like that also applies to a lot of different industries. I mean, you're not gonna get to your end goal by yourself. You need to know people who will help you along the way, and you also help other people get you there.
Right. So as our final question, is there any piece of advice you would give to anyone who wants to study marketing or public relations?
Yeah. Again, Excel. Take an Excel class if you can. But also, again, it's a very challenging and competitive industry. And at the end of the day, it's industry where there's a lot of communication. So finding your own voice, also finding ways to communicate other people's ideas is, very important without losing integrity.
Right. Well, this has all been very insightful. Thank you so much, Charlie, for your time.
Thanks again for having me.